Hey everybody, and welcome to another Hunters Connect video. Today I am in southern Arizona, and we're going to do something a little bit different in the waterfowling world. We're going to go jump tanks for waterfowl and see if we can shoot a few today. It's kind of cool down here. There's a whole pile of different species down here, so you never know what you're going to walk up on. It could be mallards, it could be gadwall, it could be divers, it could be Mexican ducks. So it's a pretty fun way to pass the time down here in southern Arizona. And with any luck, we'll shoot a few, and if we do, I'll come back and show you how to clean them and then cook them. So this tank is a little bit bigger than we had anticipated. So it's more of a lake. It's gonna take me about 10 minutes to get over there. So I'll bring my watch, but what time is it? 9:24. So at like 9:40 or 9:45. You're gonna do what you're gonna do, or I will do something. If I don't see any ducks, I will do something to make ducks go your way at 9:40. At 9:40. Okay, sounds good. Hank's gonna sneak over there, and we got 15 minutes to get into position over here. He's gonna make a move, and we'll make a move, and hope for the best. That's all you can do here in the desert. What do you think? Gotta try to cut over there and down, or just this way? Let's see. Got buffleheads coming back here. Nice. Yep. I think here's a couple ripping back here. A little bit bigger ducks. Those are real high, but that's too high. No need to sky bust them. Well, hey, I don't know how many Hank shot, but I knocked down 3, so it's a good start. I think we've got 5, and here comes a flock swimming around the corner.
It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that was super fun. This one's pretty. Yeah, they are. Oop. Look at those two.
Gorgeous.
Super pretty. Late season, you know, full plumage.
Do you know why they're here? Do you know why all of these ducks are here?
No.
No.
What are they?
Picture the shoreline.
Oh, just straight snails.
Straight up snails. It's unbelievable.
That makes sense.
Unbelievable. I've never seen so many snails in my life.
All right, so as you can see, we had some success. Drove down to a tank and shot a few birds. Actually ended up shooting a few divers, which was interesting. You know, a lot of times it'll be puddle ducks, widgeon, gadwall, that type of thing on tanks, but you never know. This particular tank, the entire edge of the pond was covered in snails, and so you could tell why these divers were hanging here. So shot a couple buffleheads and a bluebill. But now I'm going to show you how I typically clean the ducks. I'm just going to breast them out real quick. It's a pretty common way to clean a duck. It's not the only way you can do it. You can breast them, you can pluck them. They have some devices that you can put into the back of your receiver hitch and make it easier to clean them while you're doing a traveling waterfowling trip. But today I'm going to do the simplest form. So basically what I'll be doing is I'll peel the skin back and then cut the breast meat out and then throw it in this bowl and we'll go clean it up and get it ready to cook. So what you want to do first is just pick whatever duck you want to start with. Now, divers are a little bit different than a puddle duck because they have a lot more fat to them, a little bit tougher skin. On a puddle duck, a lot of times you can just kind of pinch the skin, break it, and peel it back. But on a diver, you definitely want to start with a knife just to break the skin. And then once you get underneath, this one's talking to me. Once you get underneath, you can kind of start peeling that back off of the breast. Once you get that initial hole in there, you can see that I kind of just work my thumbs and fingers underneath the skin. And you want to be a little bit careful because I did a little bit here. Sometimes on divers like this, the fat will actually stick to the meat a little bit and you'll peel a little bit of that off. So you want to be careful not to rip a whole big chunk out of it, otherwise you lose quite a bit of meat. So I usually just do one side and then flip it around so I've got the angle right. And if it doesn't want to peel, you just cut it a little bit and then work your fingers underneath and peel it back. Now I'm exaggerating on this one a little bit just so you can see, but once you get it all the way peeled back, what you're going to do is you're going to cut basically on each side of the breastplate here, and then you're going to work your knife as close as you can to the bottom of the meat all the way down, and then that'll just trim out. So I'll show you, kind of do it from this angle. Cut down one side, cut down the other side, and then you just work your knife as deep as you can underneath the muscle to pull out as much meat as you can. And there's kind of on the inside of the major breast muscle, there's like a little tenderloin looking piece of muscle underneath. That's a good chunk, you want to save that. So and then you just trim it back to where you peeled the skin off. And then you're going to want to take that in and clean it under cold water. Wash all the feathers off, trim any other fat off that you want to take off, and then it's ready to go, ready to cook. You saw me do it on this side. Basically just repeat the opposite direction on the other side. And once you, takes a little bit to get the hang of, but once you do a couple ducks, you kind of get the hang of it and it goes relatively quick. So we are going to make duck fajitas. So right now I've got all the meat cleaned up, fat trimmed off, and everything. So we will kind of season them up, put them in a little marinade, throw that in the fridge for a second while we cut up the peppers and the onion and get the rest of it going. You don't have to do a lot, just enough to mix around in there. Salt, cut this lime in half. Do a little bit of lime juice. That'll work. And then we'll just mix that all up in there like that. And then that'll go in the fridge until we're ready to sear it and cut it up into little strips.
What's the goal for cooking the meat here? Like high temp, low temp?
Yeah, so we're just gonna do high temp. So a lot of people will look at cooking ducks as like cooking another bird where you wanna cook it completely all the way through. But you gotta look at cooking ducks like cooking red meat. So the duck tastes best when it's medium rare. So we're gonna take it out of the marinade. We'll salt and pepper it a little bit so we can get a little crust when we sear it. We'll put a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan, and we'll sear them hot on both sides. It's a super thin breast, so not gonna take very long. And then when we pull that meat out, I'll cut it into real thin strips. Perfect to go on a tortilla with the veggies that are almost done. Well, it's kind of
Pretty much rare.
that's pretty much rare. That's not too bad. Maybe a little longer. What do you think?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, for now, I might cut it all up and throw it back in the pan real quick. Thought the meat was just a little more done than it is. Must not have had the pan quite hot enough, so we're gonna toss it back in, just stir it around, and then should be good to go. Won't take much. Probably good. Some veggies in there. Okay. We'll do a little touch of cilantro here. And then I do have cheese and salsa too. What do you think? Throw some of that on there?
You got it.
Okay. Would you like a fajita?
I would love a fajita sandwich.
Served.
Well, thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
generous.
Yeah. Let me know what you think.
Oh my god.
It's really good. That'll do.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
I mean, you made that. You skinned those ducks, breasted them, and cooked them in probably an hour.
Yeah, I'd say about exactly an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that spot right there. Don't ever let them tell you diver ducks taste bad. Absolutely not. This is delicious.
Well, thanks for joining us for another Hunters Connect video. Hopefully you learned a little bit about not only jump shooting ducks, but taking those ducks and preparing them into delicious duck fajitas. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out all of the other videos we have here on Hunters Connect.